Yo, what's going on, guys? If anybody's watching this, I appreciate you tuning in. I just kind of wanted to talk on something that's been on my mind recently. There's been quite a few things in my mind. I've been thinking about making a video on, let's just call it, peptides. I might drop that video soon because, there's a lot I have to speak on that subject and why men truthfully really don't need peptides and why they need to stop taking some type of shortcut or looking for this type of shortcut in their life. But outside of that, something that's really crossed my mind today is self-respect, right? And why she doesn't respect you, right? I mean, I might call this the title of this video. There's a few things I could call it, but let's just get into the topic of you need to have self-respect, right? Let's just call it that. You need to have self-respect. I'll just go in with that subject. And I truthfully believe, right? So I've seen with a lot of my peers, they're being walked on in all types of relationships. And if we're talking about mainly relationships with women, friendships, and work relationships, and so many more, I believe that just respecting yourself is so crucial to not only your mental health, but just the way that you live your life, right? So let me just give you a little bit of my backstory without getting too personal, right? There was this girl I was with for a few years, and I loved her to death. I still do. And truthfully, I guess what it comes down to, right, is, I love her. I still think about her, right, quite often. But when somebody disrespects you, right, it could be a friend, it could be a coworker, it could be somebody that you loved. I'll mainly be talking about relationships in this part of the video, or in this video, excuse me. But it kind of comes down to you need to have that self-respect, right? Because if you're going to be treating these women like they are the prize, and like you're constantly needing them, you're constantly needing their validation, their attention, their love, this, that, and the third, and you're going to be constantly treating them like they're the prize and you're the one, and you are the person that's going to chase them. You're not going to find true happiness within that. You're not going to truly live a fulfilling life. And like, for instance, I'll talk about my situation a little bit. I won't go too much into details, but I still love this girl. We were together for about 3 years, and yeah, I still think about her quite often, right? But right now we're not talking, and I don't plan for us to be anytime soon. We've been in no contact for quite a while now. And you might be thinking, well, man, if you've still been thinking about her for so long and this, that, and the third, why would you not reach out? Why would you not, put yourself out there and try to make this work? Well, at the end of the day, it comes down to once you're disrespected and once you're treated a certain type of way, you need to have self-respect, right? So let's say your boss says, okay, fuck you, and you're replaceable, and you're this, and you're that, and you're the, are you gonna go and are you gonna beg for your job back? Well, that's something totally different. Maybe you need to pay your bills, right? So maybe you have to do what you have to do, right? But let's change that to a friendship scenario or a relationship scenario. And you have to really ask yourself, do I respect myself enough as a person to try to beg for this person back in my life? Because I see so many men that are getting cheated on and they're so quick to forgive. They're letting their woman wear the pants in their relationship, letting them lay down every law, and they're just kind of sitting back. They're not necessarily being a man, they're which these men nowadays, they're just not men. They're so quick to want to have that femininity come out of them, let me have my girl pay for this, let me have my girl do that, and let me have my girl do this, that, and the third for me. And I'm not saying that, having a woman treat you right is wrong or anything of the sort, but I guess truly what I'm getting to is you need to have that self-respect. If somebody does you wrong, you need to put that boundary up and communicate and be emotionally intelligent enough to be in touch with your boundaries and say, no, I'm not going to accept this, right? Instead of being so quick to say, oh, I love this girl, I'm going to forgive her, I'm going to do whatever it takes to work through it. Because trust me, I've been there too, right? But once somebody disrespects you and says certain things and treats you a certain way, you have to, at the end of the day, put your foot down as a man and have that self-respect and let them go. Like, I've had this one friend, you know, I've known him since, what, sophomore year of high school. So, shit, 5-6 years now. And I believe his girl's cheated on him like 3 times now. And, he just keeps taking her back, right? And, it's just disgusting. I'll just say it's simply like this, you know, I mean, I don't even know where to begin with that situation, but, you know, I believe there's a lot of other men in this situation, and it's like, dude, you're 6 foot, you're in the gym, you're healthy, you're a good-looking guy, right? Those are some things about this man, for instance, and you're still so quick to forgive somebody that's out of your league. And at the end of the day, you have to realize when you're a man, you know, you might just be a man, so you might not feel like you're as desirable, but dude, you are the prize. We have to stop thinking that we are not the prize and we have to constantly chase. Like, you know, earlier tonight, me and my buddy, we linked with these two young women, and we're all young, we're all chilling, we're drinking, we're, you know, eating some good food and whatnot. We're enjoying the night, but at the end of the day, I'm realizing I'm not gonna chase. I'm not gonna put on some front and act like I need this woman in my life, or I need a fucking Jester Max and fucking do anything to try to get in her pants, right? Because I realize equally, I'm making good money. I have a fucking roof over my head. I have cars. I'm not a horrible looking guy, right? At the end of the day, so it kind of comes down to, man, at the end of the day, I'm a prize in my own right. I'm not just gonna chase and put a fucking, excuse my language, put a bitch up on a pedestal, because when you start to do that, dude, your worth goes down so much. You have to have that self-respect. You have to have that confidence. You have to have that charisma, and you have to realize who you are. So you need to have self-respect. And excuse me for the chaotic video. You know, the Crown Apple got me a little booted right now, to say it simply, but yeah, it's just so many men nowadays. They're just so quick to let themselves get walked on because they love a woman, or because they're infatuated, or they're attracted to a woman. They're so quick to just let a woman say these type of things, and that's why these women start wearing pants in the relationship, because they're allowed to talk to you a certain way. And I'm not an aggressive type of guy. I'm not gonna raise my voice at a woman, or, you know, start treating them like shit, because that's not the type of person I am. But at the end of the day, the second I read that type of vibe, or somebody wants to start talking to me that type of way, let's say a woman that I'm in a relationship with, I fucking shut that down real quick. And, you know, these men, they want to, oh man, sorry, I can't hang out, bro, I'm with my girl today. Oh man, I'm sorry, I can't do this, I gotta go to my fucking girlfriend's cousin's fucking beauty reception or her graduation. You know, they just start to let their lives get so wrapped up in things they don't even want to do, such as going to their girlfriend's sister's fucking baby shower, or etc. They don't, you know, I think it all boils down to having self-respect and realizing who the fuck you are, and realizing that you, in your own sense, you are a prize too. And if you're not, you need to become one. You need to get off your ass, get in shape, do something with yourself, make more money, whether it's getting another job, getting a better job, starting that side hustle, starting that thing that's going to level you up and help you boss up. Because at the end of the day, you have to become a prize. You can't just be chasing. Yeah, man, it's good. You don't want a girl that's so easy. You don't want a woman that's so easy. You do want to have to pursue a little bit in some type of way, but at the end of the day, you can't decide that this woman that you want to be with, you put her on a pedestal and you put yourself down here. Because at the end of the day, the thing you have to realize is, with these type of high quality women, there is always going to be another guy trying to get that, and that's hard to accept. It truly is. But if you're having that in your mind, and she knows that that's in your mind, and you know that that's in her mind, that there's always another guy around, dude, maybe she's not the one. Because she should be looking at you like, oh, there's a lot of other women that would appreciate what he does for me, and that would appreciate how handsome he is, what type of features he has, his mindset, his determination, and his motivation to just become better and better and better and better and continue to constantly work on himself. So if you have a woman that thinks that, oh, she's the fucking baddest thing on earth, and oh, any man would be blessed to have a night out with her, or even, be in her presence, dude, you need to seriously evaluate that shit. Because let me tell you one thing. As much as we are tied to our emotions, I believe men do fall in love deeper than most women do. When they really do fall in love, they fall in love less often, but when they fall in love, they fall in love deep. These women are very replaceable, and you will realize that. And it's very hard for me to admit that at times, but because I was very in love with one person, and you just have to realize these women are very replaceable, and they think the same thing about us to even more of an extent. They're a lot quicker to throw a man away when he gets down to his lowest than we are. Where I think men are the type to try to build a woman back up, while women are the type to, if you had it, then you lose it. Yeah, they're more likely to leave you at your lowest. But the thing is, you have to realize if somebody treats you bad, you don't have to feel like you're obligated to spend months or years or however long your time to try to fix this, because you're not going to get something better. Because in all reality, you can find somebody better, and you need to stop thinking that this is the best I'm going to get, or oh, I just love her so much and she's so perfect, and etc., etc., etc. When she is replaceable, you need to have this self-respect to realize that you are the prize. And if you're not, what are you doing to try to achieve that and become better? Because listen, I know I'm not in the top 10% of men, but at the end of the day, I'm striving every day to become better and do things that set me apart and become an even better version of myself. And I'm just doing that for me, right? But at the end of the day, whenever I go out, grab dinner with a woman or this, that, and the third, I don't want to be looked at as, oh, this man could beat me in this area, this area, this area, this area, this area. I'm doing this for myself, but truly, I don't want to have some fucking bimbo that I'm out grabbing fucking dinner with to think that I'm just fucking replaceable. I want to be looked at as a prize too. The same way that we gawk over women because of certain things, I want her to gawk over me because of these certain things that I possess and that I have, right? And I guess that's all it just boils down to. I see so many people getting played, getting lied, getting cheated on, excuse me. And they just accept it because they don't have self-respect. They don't respect themselves enough as a person, and they don't realize their self-worth to try to do something and make something out of themselves. People get so comfortable in these relationships, they get fat, they get out of shape, they start voicing every insecurity that they have. And at the end of the day, you need to be open, you need to be in touch with your emotions, and you need to communicate them. But at the end of the day, when you're getting fat, you're communicating every insecurity that you have. Dude, women are emotional creatures at the end of the day, and I hate to say it, but you're just turning them off. Trust me, yeah, man, I've been in love twice. And I truly realized that I thought I could open up to these people, but you start to communicate certain things, and yeah, man, now you're just giving them nick. Now you're just making them realize, damn, maybe he isn't the person that I fell in love with, or etc. Or shit starts to go hard, and you start to, not make as much as you used to, or you might be in a bad headspace, and you might not start to act the way that you were, and then things are so quick to switch up, right? So I guess all I could say is, if you have recently gotten into a breakup, if you recently have lost a friend, right, and you're trying to do everything that you can to try to get this person back in your life, even though they might have done this, that, and the third to you, they might have fucked you over in these ways, they might have disrespected you verbally, physically, whatever it may be, you need to realize that, listen, at the end of the day, you are loved, you are blessed, and you need to have self-respect to hold yourself to a higher standard, and realize that Listen, man, I'm a prize in my own right. So you can't keep chasing people. You can't keep trying to be this people pleaser and trying to fix everything. At a certain point, you have to realize, okay, not everybody's going to be here forever, right? There's going to be people that you meet that are going to come and go, unfortunately. And that's just the way that life is. And what do they say? People change like seasons, you know? People come and go. Maybe somebody's watching this in high school and they think, and I've had a lot of friends in high school, and you might realize, and you're going to realize once you get out of that, that you might keep 5 to 10% of those friends long term, because life gets so hectic. And you might have been with that girl for a year, but the chance of that person being around for the rest of your life, it's just low. I mean, look at divorce rates, look at this, that, and the third, and just look at the statistics, man. You have to realize that not everybody is here forever. A lot of times, I have a few buddies, but at the end of the day, I realize when I'm 50 years old, are we still going to be as close as we are now? The answer is most likely not, but, you just continue to treat people the way that you want to be treated, do good by them, and hope that others do good by you. Keep a close relationship with God, and, if any other men are watching this, you treat women the same way you'd want to be treated, and, you just hope that people stay around you, and you continue to do good by others, and it comes back to you. And most of the time that doesn't happen, but thankfully I do have a few people that, I've shown them love, and then whenever I've got down on damn near my dick and balls, I've damn near lost everything. I've had a few homies who have helped me bounce back and kind of get my feet back in the sand. So, you do good by others, I truly believe it does come back to you. Not always, but sometimes when you need it most, it really does come back to help you out. So all I can say is I'm blessed and I'm thankful and I'm grateful for God every single day in my life. That's all I can continue to try to do and strive for. And I'm sorry for the hectic video today. I know I'm a little all over the place, but yeah, man, just a little tipsy. Had some thoughts on my mind. And I just wanted to, if there's any other man right now that's watching this, I just really hope that you realize that you need to respect yourself, because that's such a big key. You need to respect yourself. You need to set those boundaries, and ultimately you need to work towards your dreams. You can't be complacent. You can't be content. You really have to try to make something of yourself before it's too late, because life goes by like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Before you know it, you'll be 30, 40, 50. And you'll just have regrets. The last 2 years of my life have flown by in what feels like 6 months. So all I can say is make the change today or become a statistic tomorrow. And anybody that's watching this, I'm so grateful that you made it to the end. Thank you, guys. Pray to God and stay safe. Thank you.